Happy Sabbath once again, Choctaw family, and those that might be listening. It's Pastor Sampson here once again with just a little bit more information to help you through this quarantine. First thing I want to mention, Choctaw family, is that we will be still doing remote worship for a few more weeks, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is something that is spiritual revitalizing for you and your families. Again, if you are interested in checking out some live streams that are happening all over the country, then I suggest you go to this link here at the bottom of the screen and you can check out a whole list of churches that will be live streaming. As for our church, we will be posting on our YouTube channel the sermon for the Sabbath. As you guys know, we are continuing a series on the significance of doctrine. And this Sabbath, we will be covering the sanctuary. Now, this is a message you do not want to miss because I know that God will show himself and how close he actually is to you. Also, for those who are considering where to place their tithes and offerings, you can go down to this link at the bottom and type in Choctaw SDA Church. And when you type in Choctaw SDA Church, it'll give you a form and sheet where you can put in all your information so that you're able to still give in the time that we're in. And please, church family, if you're going through anything of yourself, anything that's difficult in this time, in this season, then I encourage you to contact either myself or contact an elder or somebody else because we want to help you during this time. And finally, church family, I just want to share with you something that personally encouraged myself. In the book of Psalms, chapter 44, David is going through a very intense time. He's feeling like God is far away. He's feeling like God has forsaken him. But he says something in the very beginning. He says how he remembers the stories that the fathers told him. And so he has this experience, not personally, but of his fathers, and he's holding on to that experience. And then he goes into confidence in God, and he begins to proclaim his confidence in God, that it's not confidence in his bow, or it's not confidence in his sword, but it's confidence in God. And then he begins to open up into his struggle and what he's dealing with and how he's feeling forsaken and forgotten from God. And then it makes this very interesting transition in verse 17 that I want to share with you. And it says this in verse 17, all this has come upon us, this feeling forsaken, all this that has come upon him, but we have not forgotten you. I want to encourage you in this time where media tends to be blowing up our phones with how things are going bad. I want to encourage you to focus on God and not to forget him, but to remember him. Remember what he has done for you in the past. Remember what he's done for his people in the past, and that God is faithful, and that God is true, and God will not forsake you. And I want to read the prayer that he says at the very end. His prayer at the very end is in verse 26, and it says, arise for our help, and redeem us for your mercy's sake. I want to encourage you this Sabbath, and I want to encourage you moving forward to put your full trust and confidence in God. Maybe you can't see it in this moment, but know that God has done great things for you in the past, that God is faithful in the past and has been faithful and will forever be faithful, and we can trust in that. Again, Choctaw family, I just want to say that I miss you guys and I love you guys, and I cannot wait for the day where we can meet again in this very room, in this very building. And until then, my prayer is that God keeps you and that you keep close to God. Happy Sabbath and God bless.